Hello! So in this video we're going to be learning about how to do a six-figure grid reference. Now our children normally learn this once they have mastered the four-figure grid references skill. So if you've not yet done that, why don't you go and have a look at our Geography Shorts four-figure grid references video and then come back to this later. Okay, so six-figure grid references. Now we use this skill to locate places more accurately on a map, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started. So I've created a very simple map using symbols from the Ordnance Survey map series. The map has a grid over the top of it and grid lines that are labelled with two-digit numbers. You can also see that there are four symbols on the map, and there's a key at the bottom to help you to work out what each symbol means. And each symbol is in a different grid square on my map, just to make it a little bit easier for us to practice working out six-figure grid reference locations. You can see that I've also included steps to success, and if you work through each step you'll be able to give the six-figure grid reference location quite simply. So let's have a try at working through that together. Now the first step says to find the bottom left hand corner of the grid square. In this case, as I said, we're trying to find the grid square for the picnic site. And can you find the symbol for the picnic site on the map? So here it is. So we need to find the bottom left hand corner of the square, and a good way to do that is to make the letter L with your left hand and put it on the grid square like this. And that identifies the corner that is the bottom left corner of the grid square. So the next step, it says, is to imagine that the grid square is split into tenths. And this is very important for working out the third and the sixth number of our six-figure grid reference. So I've put those lines on there to make it a little bit easier for you to imagine what tenths looks like. And you can see there actually that two lines go straight through the centre of the picnic site symbol. Now step 3. Step 3 tells us to go along the corridor to read the first three numbers, and this is the first step that we would use to find the four-figure grid reference too, so you should be familiar with this. So let's find the line that goes through the corner, the bottom left corner, that is it, and we'll watch Shorty go along to identify that line, and in this case it's the number 1, 3, and that gives us the first two numbers of our six-figure grid reference. Now then, to find the third number of the first part of our grid reference, we need to use these tenths line, and we find the one that goes through the centre of the picnic site, which is this line here. And if we count across, we can see that this is the fifth line. So number 5 is the third number in our grid reference. So 135 gives us the first part of our six-figure grid reference. And all we need to do is repeat that, but with step 4 we go up the stairs. So we find the line that goes through that corner again, and Shorty goes up the stairs to show us that it is the number 2, 2, that is the fourth and the fifth digit in our six-figure grid reference. And then the final part again, we've worked out which number each line of our tenths is, and we look at the one that goes through the picnic site, and it is number 8. So 8 is the final number of our six-figure grid reference. So you can see, following these 4 steps to success, we have worked out that the six-figure grid reference for the picnic site is 135228. So do you think you can work out the six-figure grid references for the other map symbols? Why not pause the video here and have a try? And if you need to go back at any point and watch the steps again, that's fine. Do it as often as you need to. Just remember to use the steps. So step 1, find the bottom left corner of the grid square that you need. Step 2, imagine the square is split into tenths, and I've helpfully put the tenths squares on there for you. Step 3, go along the corridor and read the first three numbers, and then go up the stairs and read the final three numbers. So there are 3 six-figure grid references to find, and that is for the non-coniferous trees, the information centre and the golf course. So try your best, and we'll come back in a little while and have a look at the answers. So how did you get on? Time to check the answers. So let's start with the non-coniferous trees. So here's the grid square that you need. So the first two digits are 1, 0. That's going along the corridor. And digit 3, we're using our tenths lines, is around about number 7. So 7, 1, 0, 7. And the final 3 digits are 2, 3, and finally number 5. So I always find that the best thing is if your coniferous trees, non-coniferous trees, as they do here, take up more than one grid line, then try to aim for the centre of the symbol. Okay, so let's have a try now for the information centre. So there it is highlighted, and the first two numbers are 1 and 2, and the third number, as you can see there, the tenths line, is number 3. And so that's along the corridor, and now up the stairs. So 2, 4, and number 9. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 9 gives us our 6-figure grid reference for the information centre. And then finally we have the golf course along the corridor to 1, 4, 7, and then up the stairs to 2, 3, 5. 1, 4, 7, 2, 3, 5 gives us the 6-figure grid reference for the golf course. Well, how did you get on? Did you manage to do the 6-figure grid references? Now don't forget you can watch this video back at any time to practice the skill. Well, that's it from me for now, and I will see you next time for more geography shorts. Bye!